Well, hello, and welcome. We're back for another video, another day. 2 in a week. We're getting there. Yay. Okay, so as you can see, I am working on, I just finished doing what we've mentioned. I was able to ink the pages. We've added a cute little silver rose charm to the end here. My new favorite thing right now. We do have those in the shop and more coming, so that's awesome. If all of a sudden you go to check it and we're sold out, I do have a new set coming in. And we do include our bowl pins to go with them. But I'm not using one at the moment, but these would be great to add to edges of things. So, anyway, yeah, see? It's in silver. Isn't it pretty? Hold on, I don't even know, I can't see. There we go. Alright, anyway. So I'm loving it because we have a lot of flowers and stuff in here, so it made sense to add one of those. But it is sewn in. She's definitely thick. Yeah, she's pretty tight. So I am in love with this new sort of 3-prong idea. 3-section. I went short on top and bottom, a little longer in the middle, and I did not go all the way to the top here because the pages do not. Definitely the pages fit right where our top of our bag ends for the pocket, but not so much the extra flap that is encased in the page that we've added to, and which is great because we're going to add tags in here today that are also going to stick out to make this even more robust. So I like the fact that the pages definitely sit right where, this ends, and so I kept the cuts right within that, and it's going to help hold the weight or take on the weight of this because, we're not just doing here, and here, and that can get ripped a little bit at times. So I am right at the pocket though. So I'm debating on snipping that just a little, so it's a cleaner, let's see here. So we have a slightly cleaner fold, but it is in here nice and tight. It is there a little off center on the bottom. I was a little bummed about that, but what are you gonna do? Okay. So I hope you're all doing very, very well. If I haven't said this is Joanne with the Jewel Design, I autopilot with that, and then I don't remember if I ever say it. I get so excited. And we are here with our, I think, midweek video. Did have to take a day or two off from the last video. We were able to do that for Monday, but I didn't get back right into it. Had to get orders done. Oh, bummer. So yeah, I just did a little zigzag like we do on the inside with your pockets here. You cut it a little bit at an angle so that it doesn't bunch up. I just did the same thing right here where that hole is, and that'll keep from anything ripping. So today, it's all inked, it's all in, all the pages we talked about. Fussy cut out a bunch of stuff. I had more things than I realized, which is great. So like I added little things right here. We'll have to figure out what we want to do in here. But today I think we're going to work on pockets. We're going to work on the tags that are going here, because I have what I call my fancy tall stuff pocket tags that I think are going to be great to add to this, and whatever else we can get to. I think I want to add some lace and decor to this page, so we're going to see how quickly we can work this and get some decor and some fun stuff dealt with while we chit chat. So I did do that, and it's a little darker. I'm trying to see what side is the most writable, and so then I put it on the opposite. We will have to trim this down a little bit because it is a little wide, but that's okay. There we go. Not one I can even wrap around, but let's see. I can even change it up altogether. No one says, but I think that makes for a very odd pocket. Well, I can go here, then go behind. That is it's intended the other way, but it doesn't mean you can't turn things up on their head. Put things up on their head. Turn them up on their head. It's okay. Yeah, I think we'll leave it to the normal. And it's cute. It sort of matches that. So, but yeah, how are you all doing? I can't believe February is flying by. Would it already be, what, the 21st today for you guys? 21st already. 21st already. Of February. We only have, 7 more days, 8 more days of February. I'm just dumbfounded. January flew by for us, just trying to get things ready and then trying to get things going fast enough, and so that we didn't get too far into February before the shop opened, and the kids are busy, and no, one's busy. She was busy. The end of January was busy for the littlest one because of her color guard competition. She went to 3 weeks straight of four practices a week. First it was Tuesday and Thursday, and then it was Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it was like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the event was on a Saturday, so there's that. And the rain comes in, and that totally, goofs things up. So what I'm only going to decide is whether or not, when I line this one up, do I want to cut it, or do I just want to wrap it behind the back? I sort of like these a little tighter sometimes, so things slip in and don't fall out, but I definitely did a combination of the green. Like on the inside, I definitely did a green oxide and did the brown on the outside, but I did love how the brown sort of sticks a little better on top of the oxide, because this is just a distressed ink, and so it can be dry sometimes, and so the oxide's a little wetter, but it also allowed the ink to apply better on top, so I sort of like that. So I think we'll glue this one down. I think I'm gonna layer it to where they sort of sits inside one or the other. And yeah, we'll trim it. I'm going to trim it. Okay. Using my eyeball method here. Oh, but I'm stoked to be back at this. I know, in every little piece. I don't throw anything away, I swear. I'm just really stoked to get this finished. This will probably be the last video I'll do with this one with you guys. I will do a reveal when I've done every little thing I can do to it later. There might be a few. I have a few things I want to make, and there probably will be like reels or shorts. Probably shorts here and reels on the Instagram side. Try to get that up and running. I did not. I mean, I got a lot of, I did try to do a lot of, what's the word? Posts last week as we were just, as I was waiting and filling time. As I was working on the business, all I had time was to make a post here and there. That's all I really had time for. So I, couldn't really get to anything else. And I was, I didn't have a whole lot to take pictures of. I was like, well, everything's sort of, if it was the items I was selling, it made it a little easier. But, okay, so then we can, I'm going to glue this little corner down because I don't want anything to fall out. Sometimes I'll leave it open so that it's easier to slide things in and out, but then I think it also means it, it can fall out. So, then we're going to go up the sides. Not a lot of tutorial or anything like that today. I just thought I'd bring you along as I crafted this, as you saw it. If you like the brighter colors, either you're young enough and the retro colors the retro feel, that 50s and 60s, 70s feel, a little bit of a vintage inspiration, is new and gravitate towards it, then it's a great thing. Some don't care for the 70s and go, nope, I'm done. I don't want to revisit that. So it all depends. I mean, I like the fact, I try to go with oranges or pinks and I don't know what red that was. Orangey reds, I guess. But I loved just the hint of that. I loved the green that I did in a lot of stuff. And then I tried to add more blues. Like the soft blue I love. And that's a little more, so not too all orange and bright. I'm trying to go too orange and bright if I can help it. But I thought it was pretty cute. It was my, I don't have access to any old wallpapers. I know we're starting to find more and more AI-based vintage feel, imagery. I tried to do a little bit of the AI stuff, and I have not had a whole lot of luck. And there's a few designers out there who are rocking it. They have found the graphics, they're paying for it, they're figuring out how to, create them, and they're gorgeous. I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. I'll get there. The one system I had free to me failed me during Christmas. Oh my gosh. I was like, what am I missing? Okay, I'm going to let you guys keep working the bugs out of that one. Sorry. Jelly beans. Can't help myself. It's that time of year. It's a little early, but... Sorry. That side. So, I was thinking for this one, since even though it looks like it's a pocket, I did glue it down. I'm sort of thinking a lace belly band. And we would... I don't want that edgy. I guess either way. A lace belly band with a floral on top and a floral underneath. So I was thinking, hold on, I got stuff everywhere. Oh, that's sticky and did weird stuff. Okay. To contrast, I thought that's really big. I mean, we could do something that large on across the top. And then I was thinking, we could do underneath, but this one is really hard to deal with. Let's see. I'd have to glue it down really, really well because it's going to catch every time I put something in it. And that might not work. So maybe it'd be the opposite. Maybe we do this guy on top to get attention. But we have the blue and green glued down nicely underneath. See, that's not going to work. I just think we're going to catch it every time we try to put something in there. Maybe not. Okay, so maybe the lace is not... I want to decorate with it. I really do. I wanted to decorate. I did want to put a flower on it to decorate it. That's for sure. But a belly band concept might not be working the way I want to. I could faux it here on the edge, glue it down perfectly. And we could do that. Well, I had a little one. I don't know if I want to do another little one. I could tuck it. I could make it, we could do something like that, where it's, you know, it's got its feel. It has white though. It has a white over it, yeah. Make sure did I put that in backwards? No, not really. I could add a little color to this to help it not be so blah. I didn't realize when I did the white that this would be up against that. I mean, we were doing it, it just didn't occur to me, right? I was trying to bring up the white back to back by putting color in here. So we definitely want the color. But I wanted like one more texture, definitely. We can even offset it. No one says it has to go all the way to the top. So do a little inking on that. We want the dimension. Might even rub a little green on that one. Like, we need another color on that. It's just so white after that. I don't know, people. Okay, we have a lot of white on white going on right now. That I am noticing, and I don't care for. We're gonna put some green edges on it. I don't have blue ink. If I had blue distressed ink, I'd be using it because we do have elements of blue in here. But I don't have blue. I have pink, I have green, I have purple, or lavender, the distressed, and the silver. So I'm like, I guess blue, maybe he probably has a egg nest or, egg nest egg blue. I think he has one. I'll have to look into an oxide blue. Especially like I just did, and which, with blues, I just do my silver. I just do that oxide silver, the hickory smoked silver. So I don't think much of it, but I'm starting to wonder here. We're going to enhance some of this and give it some, we have to do something. I have to do a little something. There we go. I feel better about that. And maybe we'll just, we'll do the reverse. We'll do the more inner scalp works here. Helps pick up some of that detail that you normally can't see because, it's barely there, but with a little ink in it. And we'll do the outer edges like we always do, but let's see what we can do. This needs color. At least on this side. I don't know about the other side. I'm assuming it's the same thing on the other side, but I think we have more. Alright, so that helps there. I can't help it. Let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, that just blends in, right? Alright. Well, who knew, right? We can play with it. Yeah, her competition went well, and, we've been a few weeks off. She's only had one practice since then, and then we're back on vacation this week. So we here in our district, I don't know how much of California does it. I have no clue, but our district has decided that it's just easier, I guess, to break up their 6-week term. To, instead of doing a bunch of 3-day weekends, I don't know, because we have presidents, we have a couple presidents' birthdays, President's Day, and then, I don't know, there's birthdays later in the month, or George's or Lincoln's, and then we just sort of combined it all into one kit and caboodle. We just decided to give them the week off, and I'm like, okay, why not? Then we do it again for Easter, or spring break, depending on how you see it. Just like some people say, it's a winter break or it's Christmas break, right? So, we still have another break in another, 6 weeks? Something like that. End of March, we do it again. I'm like, ugh. But then they don't do anything for 2 months. But that's when we do a lot of our testing here in California. We do a lot of our testing in April. So, high school does it before spring break, and junior high and elementary schools do their testing. our California state required testing in April and May, so it's like, okay, fine. I might even think of an idea for this one too. Yeah, I don't know. There's always something. Like, oh, in case she gets anxious, and I'm like, I do not put any stress on the school testing. If they don't test well during these things, it's because they're not being taught well, and they shouldn't be taught to teach. They shouldn't be taught just to test. That's not, I do not believe in that. So you teach them well all year, they should be able to pass those tests. If you don't teach them well in general, then of course they're not going to pass those tests. And if those tests are too high up or too rigid, well, then someone needs to complain about it, right? There's just a certain level of whatever on that. So I never have my kids stress out. I'm like, do not, just do your best. Whatever it is. You're dead in 30 minutes, great. You only got halfway through it in the time allotted. Oh well, like, they want you to finish it, I guess they'll find the time, but you can't be, don't be punished for it. Don't be whatever, so I did put some cream over it. I don't know if that helped or not, because I think the white just blended. You really couldn't see it. So I did do my thing, and let me make sure I am not, sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm too close or too far. I was sitting sort of crisscross applesauce in my spot, so now I'm somewhat in style. Okay. I am not all feet flat for once, so a little bit of beige. Love when I can just add a little ink to that, and it gets my job done. The only other thing I could do, if I really wanted some more elements, though it might block some of that, is put a piece of paper. I have the blue if we really wanted to. Well, I know we're doing this blue because I'm trying to break up some of that red, right? So we got the blue and we got the gold in here. Let me see. Might be better now because we have the ink around the edges of the paper. So anyway, yeah, there. So competition's done for the junior high. We only just did the one because it was local. They did really well. I mean, for never doing it, at least, they made the effort and they took a shot at it. And now the 8th graders know what to expect for next year when they decide to join that circuit in the winter. They know what they're looking at. So, and then got her. Alright. But yeah, before we know it. Okay, so we have that there. We have that there. I'm just debating, do I need any more paper? Do I want any more paper? Do I want any more color? I had a strippies thing earlier. What did I do with it? One sec. I had a piece of something. I was like, well, sort of rough, fits the thing. Sort of gives us some more pattern, but I don't know if it's just too much. Like, I don't want to overdo it. Just to put something there to put something there. I think I can put this somewhere else. No. I think we'll add a little green to this end, and then we're going to call that, like, good. I don't think we're going to. Because it is a little white. I like there's some white base to this, but now that we start distressing things, I'm like, I don't want too much white. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're just going to commit. We're going to commit to it. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully you're all doing well. I didn't really check my videos to see. I'm sorry if for some reason I have missed your comments from Monday's video. So sorry, I will get to you. We were very, very busy on Sunday and Monday with orders. So I'm very, very appreciative of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully we'll continue to find newbies. Especially you just found me or new to me, didn't catch it. We do have a new shop for your journal supply, especially if you're new to this journaling thing. There's things that we use, there's things that we go for. So we want to share those items with you. Sometimes we're just like, wow, we don't want 1,000 of that. Let's break that up and give some to everybody at a decent price. I'm just very blessed that we're able to do this and do it in a way where we can make an income and I can try to stay home and raise the kids and finish raising the kids. Thank God I'm not doing it from scratch. I'm not doing it in the beginning. I'm very, very blessed in that sense that at least my husband got to raise the kids at, 15 to up to the age of 15 and almost 11, or 11. She just turned 11, yeah, before he passed. So, eek, The blob. That's right, I'm going to need it. Yeah, I'm very blessed that he at least got 15 and 11, you know, or 15 and a half hours, you know, years with the kids. But this is a trying time, and they're having, you know, the grief has definitely hit a new spasm of stuff. So it's making it a little harder, and, you know, that whole, you know, they feel abandoned by one person, right? It's like, me going back to work full time and not being home. I mean, they're still not happy when I have to work at home, but at least I'm home. At least they can come out and bug me or keep me company or, you know, help. They can reach out to me and not go, oh, well, I have to wait till mom gets home, or, you know, I can't even text her about this, or I can't find that, or so it is a perk. Okay, let's do that. I think I can do pearls and some other things that we can use to. I did, but I don't know if it's color. I don't know how colorful that is. I'm gonna go grab a piece of cold onesie, not cold, dry, wet one, so that I can wipe stuff down. But I'm like, it's sort of covered in ink or something. What is causing? Oh, it's a charm. I'm like, what is causing that bump? Okay, so our cute little, the little flap to our envelope payment, you know, now is a page, right? A pretty page, decorated. You have writing here, which I'm really sorry. Let's see what that is. I don't know. I wonder if. No, okay. Won't take off ink. I'm like, I don't even know how I got ink on that when I was inking other things. But I'm like, must have been something else on it. So I'm trying to see if it's glue. If it'll rub off some of that glue, and then maybe some of the color will come with it, because it's like I can feel it. Yeah, I'm loving these. We have a couple of these left, but I don't know how much harder they're going to be to find. These are the little goo erasers. I think we have 3 or 4 still in the. What is up with my thing? Oh my gosh. Well, that's rude. Oh, well, I left them outside. I know better. I am usually such a good girl about that. And I left these outside thinking I'd be out here sooner, and I got caught. I didn't make it back out here like I thought I would. So I don't want to waste anything. I'm also making sure that, even though I'm making sure I can get these tops off, I lost the other bottle. Totally lost it. I just couldn't get the top off enough to clean it. There was no way I got all the glue into a bowl, like into a ball, but I couldn't get the ball out. I couldn't get the top off. So I could get this part off, but I couldn't get this part off. So I'm trying to be a whole lot more careful with how I treat this bottle, because I think it is my second one. I have to buy more. Oh, but yes, things are selling. Things are still in stock. Some things are already being bought or being restocked or rebought, because we sold what we had and went, oh, you love those. Let's go buy more. So yeah, that's a great page right there. Opens all the way up to be written on. And you have that side too. I know it's sort of oh, that's double side. Yeah, okay. There's that. Alright, so we have this pocket back here. We have that just decorative hard page. We have a pocket back here, which, you know, we can go that there. And I think there was something I wanted to put back here. What was it? Oh, I'll do a guest check cute thing. So maybe that's what we'll put back there once I do that. That's probably going to be a short. I don't think I have to think my way through that one, so. Okay, so now we're going to work on some pieces that go inside. I want that cover to have a little more oomph. The best way to do that is to give you something that's will withstand, which will hold out on the ordeal. Make sure I'm still praying. Okay, so I create these guys, and these are large scalloped pocket tags. Pocket tag with a tag in it. It is scalloped. If you can cut it that way. Which I do not cut well. I do not cut my own scallops well. I think it's a me thing. Sometimes I do really well, and other times I'm like, what the heck happened there? I wish there was a cut for that, but. And I try to make it pretty simple, but. So. This one happens to be backed, so I'm really stoked. I don't have to do anything to it. So you can write on the back of the tag. Now, you could glue these down. These are designed, originally were designed to where you would glue this down to the page, but leave it open on the top for like a large, you could take a vintage document, fold it in thirds or quarters, whatever, and you would glue it down, and you could tuck a piece of paper into it, right? You do the 3-side glue and glue it down to your page, and it takes up the whole page. Okay. In this case, though, because if we put enough layers together, you can still sort of round the back. You can always get the piece of paper that you like, write on it, and then just glue it down if you felt that was still too dark. But we are going to create the pocket. Now, I have one with the window and one without. Now, this one with the window, the way it's done, you could just decorate that white box, right? You could decorate the white box. Yeah, this one's a little much. See, there it is. So, it's there. You could layer on top and decorate it and make it more 3D. I think after a while, I tried making these smaller. Because I was like, it's a little hard to do. I'm missing. No, I'm not. All right. They come with a whole thumb notch ready to go, and they are the 1.5 inch, or darn close. They are sent as 1.5, but if your printer does a fit to print, no matter how hard you try, it might be just under, which is fine because it sits inside that circle. Poof, you're done. You don't have to try to sit there and, maneuver that one. I would try on all of mine to, do things like where you can use punches and stuff to make it a little easier. If I can. If I have it, the punch, I can measure the punch. And I know that makes it a little easier on you guys. I have cellophane here from my packing. But it has holes and it has stuff in it to where, I can't reuse it for packaging, so I might as well use it for crafting. I'm going to try to ink both ones. Now, of course, that hole, I could probably, it would have been easier, but put my square or rectangle die cut in there and try to use my Big Shot, but yeah, I have to do some serious practicing on that. Celeste makes it look so easy. Hey, that's a compliment. That's a total compliment. Like, that girl, she makes it look so easy, and I'm like, oh, I'm struggling. But I got it over a year ago, and I just didn't think about it, and then I got the stuff for it, and then I was having problems thinking I had gotten the wrong ordeals for it, because I was like, how am I going to get these through? They're going to break something. You really have to go, like, some of the emboss tools, you have to go, like, crazy tight and just power through. Sorry, guys, hold on. So sometime after doing my Monday video, I apparently went across something. Some cutting thing, and I had 3 little slices right here. They're like paper cuts, but there's 3 of them, like right on top of the other. Not on top, but stacked. And I'm like, ow! And so, yeah, of course, just before we go doing a bunch of orders, I was like, we need to work on this. Okay, so I took a bag, cut off any somewhat weird spots, and I figured, okay, let's, make sure the least amount of whatever. Now, I'm going to make sure it's inside, but we're also glued enough. So, I think what we'll do is we will put the glue down here, and then I will try to carefully trim around what I didn't glue. Haha, let's see if we can do this. I don't want to have too much excess, because then everything you put in here gets caught on it all the time, right? But I also don't want it gooing to where you can see the goo everywhere. I don't want it on. I don't want the goo to overrun and here, do it this way. I don't want it to overflow, and then you can see it inside the window. So, but yeah, any kind of cellophane you have. Pockets, sometimes it's great when I was thinking about making it a pocket. At first I thought this was a perfectly good bag, and I thought it was perfect. I was like, oh, I can just cut here, I can throw some stuff in there to shake up, and then just seal the one end. And then I realized there was a perfectly tag hole right here, and I was like, oh, never mind. There's not a pre-made pocket there. I always love when I can sort of find a pocket within something and where it's folded and whatnot, and I can just I can totally just, utilize it. I only have to glue one side down. It's like not having to hem something too much or sew everything down. You only have to sew one little area down, and it makes it so much easier. Okay, so scissors. Let's go little ones. But I'm going to cut right up against where I think it's glued, and I may have to put it right back down because it is still slightly damp. or add, and maybe add more, but all right, press it down, warm it up. Nice thing with the fabric tuckers, which is what I'm using, is you warm it up with your hands, it sort of activates, and I'm pressing it away from the circle and pressing it down away, so if it's gonna goo out, it's not going to go into my window, because I really, really don't want it. And this one I'm just gonna cut around the line, and I can always add more goo. Okay. So anyway, yeah, just baggies like this are great for really simple, whether it be shakers, whether it's just a window. I want that window feel because this will get caught and it won't stay inside it. And we don't have sort of that window effect. You could use vellum, white or colored vellum. That's really pale, light, vellum. Will work too, which is a great way to use it. If you want a window, but you don't mind seeing, you don't need to see through perfectly, but you want that, sort of feel. Because it's fun with the vellum, and then you put something here, and it just gives you layers. It gives you dimension. But yeah, this is part of my fancier ephemera, as I call it, where I had unusual shapes and sizes, and so now I do a combination of. Oh, I still got stuff on it. Let's see. I need to get something wet. I don't know what side it's on. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what side it's on. I don't know that eraser works on something like this. You might go, oh, it does, no, it does work, I think. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay, that did work well enough. I just gotta dry it enough. Okay. Yeah, it's so fun when it's like putting a picture in a picture frame. Then you realize when you're all said and done, you have fingerprints on the inside of the frame where you have to take it all apart just to clean up the fingerprints and start all over again. Alright, so I do make these. I do make them to where they do sit inside each other, so they layer. I like that little sort of bordered layer feel, personally. You can cut yours down, of course, if you want it to be a flush up against all edges. And I'm not using that. I'm going to try to go for the... Sorry, my top blended right under with my jelly beans. Yeah, I'm weird. There's certain things at time of year. I'm just like my candy corn, right off the bat. The moment I can start getting a hold of it in September, October, but definitely think about that. Usually by Halloween, I'm done. I'm like, yep, I'm good. I might buy one more small harvest bag, like for November, for the more Thanksgiving-y feel of it, the last of it. But yeah, I'm usually pooped out with candy corn by the time before Halloween ever gets here. And then I was a good girl. I'm sort of the same way with Cadbury eggs. It's terrible. They start popping up in February in our store. At least at our Safeway. I don't know why so early. This year's not so bad because Easter is like at the end of March. It's actually the day after my birthday this year. So I was like, oh, almost. I was born actually on Palm Sunday. So there are every so many years my birthday lands on Easter. But like this year's a day short because I guess it would be 2 days short. Otherwise, it's really weird. This year it's a day short, but I think because of leap year. But then like next year, Easter's on the 20th. So like of April. So nowhere near again, right? I'm like, all right. It's either all or nothing. I swear when we first moved in, it was like every couple of years my birthday was like super close to Easter, if not on it. And I was like, all right. So then you just stick your card in here. But see, now because it's covered, like if you happen to misjudge it, you're not going to get it caught. So you have this pretty thing you can see. And yes, I feel like we need to it's a green one, huh? Oh, so what I can do to enhance that, which technically is on here. What did I do with it? Hold on. Oh, I could take one of these and we could, I think that's what's in that corner. It's just a different color. So I was like, what's in that corner? Oh, that's something else in that corner. I don't know what that was. It's a different color altogether. But I like this, so we're going to enhance that. So, anyway, what it says, I'm going to put a flower on the outside of here, but pretty flush because it's going to go in and out of a pocket, so we don't want it to catch every time we turn around. Normally, I would leave it up a little bit, but we're going to do it here, and we're going to glue it pretty flush on this whole thing as an extension of the kit and caboodle. What am I looking for? Anyway. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so Easter's at least Easter's like a little over a month away. It's not like it's still a month and a half, almost 2 months away. Like next year, it would be like 2 months from now. And I'm like, that's a little early. But I like my Brock's jelly beans in Easter. time, and the Cadbury cream eggs. That's just me. It's chocolate and cream. Though I did make the mistake of putting them all in the freezer at one point, and that was bad. Like, nope. Cold, yes. I like the Cadbury cream eggs cold. And the caramel, though, I don't even put that in the fridge because the caramel just gets too hard to eat. They're not my favorite. I like caramel, but I like the cream eggs. I don't know. But they were out. They were already out, but they were charging like $1 something. I think a full $1 for the Cadbury eggs individually, and like $5 for 4. And I was like, no, I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if they go on sale. I wait for them to go on sale for like 70 cents each or something like that. I'm like, I'm gonna wait. Normally I'd be buying them and storing them, and I'd be stockpiling them. And I was like, no. I was throwing cash on me, and I was being a good girl. I was like, nope, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'll get the jelly beans, and I'm being very careful with those, but I have lost some weight finally being so busy, and I'm like, I really don't want to like undo the good yet. So, stress does weird things. Some people lose a lot of weight because they don't eat. Other people, I don't. Just because I didn't eat doesn't mean it was going anywhere. But anyway, it's all good. We're coming out of it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel here. All right. The girls are getting underway. We're getting into, we just finished another term, so that's what, 24 weeks down and 12 to go? We're doing 6-week increments. So yeah, technically we have 12 weeks of school left, 2 weeks of vacation this weekend, and then one in Easter, a 3-day weekend, and then, then it's like finals and done. Oh my gosh. So it is crazy how fast I feel like this is going when you put in that perspective, like 24 down, 12 to go. I just, and usually that's what happens, that because of all the breaks, I feel like the second semester goes by so much faster. Until you get to that testing section, and then the kids are like, oh my gosh, the month can't go by fast enough, Mom. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. Oh, so sorry. Okay, so there we go. We have a decor in the corner. It's nice. It's all glued down, but I would normally want to leave it up. If you're on the page, you could give it some dimension, but because I want it, I don't know whether to put in the front one or the back one. It really doesn't matter. It is a window, so maybe it'd be fun to have it in the front. But because it's scalloped, it's also a tab. Look at that. We have some more dimension. So inside, like we see the tabs up here. It's like putting a tabbed item inside of another cover. It's a cover pocket, yeah. But you can just pull that out. You can put the whole thing out. But look, that's going to give it even. It's going to make it even more stout. The covers, I have to say, for something being a paper bag, a shiny paper bag, we are definitely making it a robust ordeal. And so far, it looks like it's all holding out. Nothing is giving. I don't see anything ripping. So I'm really stoked about that, because we didn't glue anything on the inside. We just glued layers on the outside, right? Paper on the outside to make it more stout. And then we're putting things like the really heavy journal cards and stuff in it to help keep it from, giving so easily. All right, number 2. So that's the windowed version. Now the non-window version is a little simpler because we don't have to worry about it as much, because it is, decorative on the outside, a simple journal card on the inside. Usually I try to get a little fancier with the tall tag when there's a window involved and you can see it. I'm going to be like, okay, well, we want to see that, so we're going to make that tag a little prettier. This one is just more of a pattern, so you definitely can write on the back. But bummer part was, for some reason, I had backed the other one, and so I was like, okay, it's good. This one I hadn't, and of course, as usual, I was mass producing, and did not back them. So, we're going back. We have leftover pieces, right? We cut these coffee dyed pages, or these eco dyed pages, to go inside. So we're going to back them. We're going to put yellow on the red. We're going to put blue on the green. Then I'll retrim everything, and we have a way about it all, right? But yes, what are we up to? Are we looking forward to spring? The storms that were supposed to come in this weekend were not as crazy as we expected. I mean, some parts of California, I know all over, probably all over the place had their ups and downs. But let's do it this way. I'm actually gonna cover this darker stuff, and give you the more all over yellow to make it easier. So this way you get this to write on. because we're just tucking them in, even though they are a pocket, you are getting the opportunity to write on them. You're not having to, just make it a standalone piece that's tucked in. You can pull it out and write on the back of the pocket. So we're going to try that. So once it's cut, if I have to, I will then clean up the glue section and put some glitter glue. If you watch me, you know that I sort of like to use my glue stick to start off with to get all the in-betweens, and then I use just a glitter glue along the edges to seal it, to make sure it stays down, because it's a lot of glitter glue. That's a lot of glitter glue. Now doing this is also allowing me to maybe clean up my edges a little bit, my silly Valentine, but wrong. Almost. Well, we're a week past that, right? All right, let's see. There we go. I still have strips. I will have scraps forever. My scrap boxes and containers are getting crazy over there. All right, let's make sure we're pretty straight, pretty flat. Everything is with paper, with what you want to call it. With that, it has a tendency of rippling some things, but that's okay. We can work around that too. Am I still recording? Yes. I'm looking for this tiny little red bar, and if I can see the red bar, then I know I'm good. Because sometimes I get confused with the red dot. I'm like, oh yeah, but solid, it's, not recording. If it's a squarish dot, it's, possibly recording. Not that I trust that all the time, but here, we'll just do a little on the, but yeah, I'm loving this. And a nice little bright color. And this, tend you put it in the corner, you put it in the cover, but we might go backwards with it. I don't know, I haven't decided. Okay, so there's that. Then what I'm going to do is, now this I went matchy-matchy. I have no clue why. You could have flipped them around if you wanted. You could have, and I think this is both sides are showing. I went softer on this one, a little brighter and bolder on this one, but you could have totally put the blue on the red, put this on here, because this would have been red with the yellow. You could totally mix and match these, which is the joy. At least on the two layers. The ones inside the 50-50, right? So, yeah, if I wanted to be a little less matchy-matchy, I could have done it that way. But like I said, we have a brighter, more bold version, and we have a more muted, a more subdued version. So, okay, I am gonna glue these down before I do the other one. But yes, let's see what else. I don't know. The girls or the high schoolers going okay. We've picked her schedule for next year, for senior year, which she only has 2 classes she has to take. She's been taking a number of electives, and so like being on what we call a trade school path, there's a lot of things she doesn't need to take. Because that girl's either going to her art academy or she's not, and something just does not pan out the way we want it to, or doesn't work the way we want to. Yeah, that it's going to be work for her. She'll have to do it the hard way, or she'll have to work at it from home, and it'll just be independent film type stuff, or teach herself, or I don't know. But hopefully we can get things situated, and she can. I feel like there's something working with my hair. So I keep feeling like something's messing with my hair, but there's nothing there. It's weird. Okay. So hopefully, yeah, but she's set up for that. She won't go to college or university, because she does not want to repeat high school. She does not want to do this over again in any form of the way, in any way. So, I mean, at some point in life, she wants to pay for it and wants to just get her like an associate's degree to help with an everyday job. Maybe. Even as a business admin, you still have to go do something. You do have to have some kind of, business, an associate's degree, at least with that sort of indication. But I don't know, our family sometimes has a tendency of doing it backwards, or not all the way, or but we're hands-on, we're crafty, we're salespeople, we're whatever. We don't always need, a full career isn't always necessary. A full degree is not always necessary. We're not. Now, my youngest, on the other hand, if she really wants to go into the field she thinks she wants to go into, she has 2 to 6 years ahead of her minimum Just depends on how far she wants to go into it and how she wants to go about it. So, but that's different, and that's a whole other ballpark. But this one, my first one, here we go. So she has her history and her math. No, not math. History and English for next year she has to do. And then, but then she has 4 electives, and we were running out of electives. We were running out of electives. That sounds funny, huh? Well, everything she wanted to do, they're like, well, we've changed parameters, and we're trying to give blah, 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 and we forgot to tell you, or we made the changes, too late for you, so you can't take a beginning class if you can't get at least a second version of it in. Well, since you're graduating, and you're signing up for your senior year, you won't have another year to do a second class of culinary, or a second class of photography, or whatever. They wouldn't let her do what she wanted to do. She didn't really want culinary, but she was like, okay, if I have other choices, and then they're like, oh no, that requires that you have time to do the second or third class. Okay, so like the kids who want the second or third class get first dibs at the first level, and I'm like, okay, but she's a senior. What do you? I mean, even to a point where I'm like, well, she's gonna be 18. Like, what? September, October, November. Like a little over 3.5 months in, she turns 18. Like, I don't even have to send her to school if I don't want it. Like, we could go, well, forget it. Let's just take the 2 classes, have off blocks, and graduate early, But she wants a social. She does, even though she's not super social, she does want to know that she can be on school ground, and she can go to games, and she can go to dances or events, and she's not a guest at the thing. She wants to go to prom. She wants to graduate with her classmates. So she's like, no, I'll stick it out, but there's got to be something we can do. So she got the 2 advanced classes that her teachers vouched for her and said, no, she did the first class this year. You will bump her up the line and let her do, because one of them they weren't going to let her do. And she's like, excuse me? My teacher requested it. Like, he said, go into this. Why? I didn't suggest it. Yeah, for her multimedia classes, and he's having her go from 1 to 3 and skipping 2 because he doesn't feel like it's not really her field and it's not really necessary. She's a senior. He could teach her along the way. She's a good student. So he requested that, she goes, go straight, cut the line. And the counselors got all mad at us. It was like, what do you mean? He shouldn't have told you that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're like, excuse me? This is a kid who's this is her field. This is the one class. It's the closest thing you provide her within the field that you want. Your idea of her pathway is just everyday, like, gallery art, and the teacher who teaches it is, well, not my favorite person, and did, almost talked my daughter out of art. Like, I mean, just about. She's like, this is how it's going to be, Mom. I can't do this. This is not what I want to be doing. And the teacher was very much a hands-on art, or not hands-on, like artsy, art gallery. My daughter's animation. She's computer. And she was supposed to teach it, and she glanced over it. She glazed over it, barely touched it. And nothing was taught to her. Like, the teacher kept using YouTube to teach. I was like, excuse me? Like, well, why doesn't she take the next class? Because we won't take a chance. We're not going to take the chances that that's the teacher who's going to teach it. Like, that's the teacher who's going to teach the class. No, thank you. And that's not what we're looking for. So here's the class where it does benefit her. The teacher's requesting. See, so we backed it with blue. And you know what? I can't help myself. Hold on. Yeah, he's like, no, the teacher's requesting it. This is the closest thing to my field that you guys provide for animation, video, editing, working with people. I think I'm going to go across the top. So let me find a piece of paper to... hold on. I'm using the back of my journal cards because we are going to do something with that anyway. Almost. Sort of worked. I need one of them really dark right there. There we go. Cute. I couldn't help myself. I'm like, I couldn't help myself. Messy, whatever, right? Okay. Little top to it. And that's getting folded into a instantly back journal card. So we're going to put these in some other things too. So, fold here, cut to match, and all glued down, and you're good to go. I'm like, I'm going to be gluing that down anyway. Not a big deal. All right, that's fabric scissors. Let's not do that. So anyway, we had to do a little fighting there to get, what she needed, and at least we did get there. Am I'm debating. Of course, I did all that, and then I'm thinking about putting something in there to make it a tag, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. That will be something I'll do on my own. I have to decide if I'm going to enhance it at all. So I did make it thicker because this is glued down pretty tight. How did I put that in there? But anyway, we got Hurley's into the class that's beneficial for her actual field, not just the generic art studio pathway that they're trying to give her. And we got her into ceramics, which she's really enjoying that this year for a hands-on, ordeal. So the teacher says, yeah, I want her, in the next level. And so she got those 2 classes. She's got her history and she's got her English. So she's got 4 classes. So we had two that we could not fill. We're like, well, what do we do? They're like, well, we are doing this special internship project. And luckily, the same guy who's saying, yeah, go into your multimedia class for level 3 runs that program. And we're like, oh, sweet. So he knows of somebody in Gilroy that he works with for these kids, and he's gonna put her down on the list for the potential of an internship. So she'll actually have what they call an off block and a internship block at the end of each day. And so she'll leave class after lunch, or school after lunch, and she'll go to work. And she actually gets paid. So if she can get the job 2 to 3 times a week minimum, she will have some paid hours. So she can afford the gas. She can afford the insurance on the car. Yay! I love how that expands it. I know I did all that work to cover this, but if you took it out and you put these elsewhere for some reason, you still have a nice decorative pocket, right? No matter what we do. But I love how we have... Now... I wasn't sure what to put in here, and I was cutting stuff, and I went, I have those 2, and they're scalloped on the top, so we get a tab, you get to see, so we keep the layers going, and it definitely helps make that cover that much more stout. Oh my gosh, people. I'm like, Ugh. How many pages do we end up putting in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, we go 5 and 6, I guess we'll call that 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's only 12. Gail's template is 15 pieces. This is 12. So that's 24. It's still 48. I mean, and for a little guy, it's not quite the 60, but I mean, for a little guy, and that some of these, do, where are they? Fold out. Like that folds out to open. And then this one folds out to opens out this way. We have a few that didn't expand out a little bit, so you get extra space. I put color dyed in there. That one you probably couldn't write on, except for a big note or put a piece of paper on that, right? But these all could be, you can add to any of these. And then I'm putting journal cards in them to keep writing on, so. So I have a special, one more thing I want to do to this as you guys will see in the reveal. As a extra little yay type ordeal. I think it's going to help with this ordeal. Alright, where are we at? I've been rambling. But yeah, school's getting good. We picked it out. We found an option, so I'm hoping that she can have her internship and an off block so she can keep on top of her work or work with me in the business. Like if she can only work at the internship 2 or 3 days a week due to her class schedule, maybe she'll help me on the other end, and I'll pay her. Hey, she helps me with orders or packaging products or assembly line work. I have no problem paying her. Or take money off. Like, okay, I'll put some money towards your car insurance. I'm like, okay, I'll pay for parts of your car insurance because you were able to cover your bases. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, didn't get quite as far as I was hoping, but we're borderline there. But the biggest things were, I wanted to decorate this baby with this one with you guys. This nice little heart insert page, right? Nice and stout. We're just making it, we put the pocket here, and I'm gonna do a guest check as a short. So keep an eye out for that here, YouTube short or an Instagram reel. I guess it becomes a Facebook reel too, but it's a little harder to find. So Instagram or Facebook reel and or short. And we'll do that. And then, we got these lovely tags. They're tight. We got these pretty tags that are now journal cards. Journal tags, right? Journal tag, journal tag, journal tag. 4 more writing spaces in the cover. Plus it makes the cover more stout. So we even have writing. We can almost say we have another page on each front and back worth of writing space. So there we go. We are sewn in. We are gusseted. We are prettied. Ta-da! I love this. This is where we're at. So thank you so much for joining me, liking, loving, commenting my silliness, and listen to me rant and rave, rant on about what's going on in my life with the girls, getting caught up. I know you hear about them a lot, so I figured we'd get you caught up. We're prepping, going. So, yeah, I'm going to do then the decorative end of it. I'm going to add all the rest of the goodies and tuck a bunch of stuff in. And next time you see this, it will be done. So, probably won't be till the following week. I don't think. I have 2 very busy days this week, so we'll see. Tuesday was busy yesterday with nails and shopping. Tomorrow is cavity for one child. And we're all getting our haircuts. We're all stoked about that. So hopefully I'll have a Friday video for you guys. I'll cross my fingers. I have something new that will start. We'll start a new project on Friday. We'll pull some stuff out, introduce you maybe a little 30-minute introduction to a new project. We'll see what it is. I haven't decided yet. Or random ephemera or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how quickly I can put something together to show off. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming through this progress and the journey on this cute little retro wallpaper-inspired small journal. I won't call it mini, but I will call it small because, like I said, it's about 7 by 4. And great little writing book. I like little things, and so I will continue to provide you guys with those different sizes and different things so that we are not looking at all exact same thing all the time. So love you all very much. Thank you again for all your support, your like, your love, your comments, follows, notifications, all that jazz, so that you don't miss out on anything when I am able to come out and do something with you guys. And we will all talk to you for sure next week. Hopefully one more time this week. Love you all. Bye-bye.